Nebraska's trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News Midday.
We begin with the wildfire raging in western Nebraska, breaking right now. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Andrew Ward. The South Fork fire is closing down roads this morning, and you can see why here. The Banner County Volunteer Fire Department sharing these just incredible photos this morning of the blaze. Officials say Highway 20 between the towns of Harrison and Crawford in Dawes County. The Nebraska National Forest and Grassland says the blaze is moving southeast and is rapidly growing. According to Watch Today, we just checked a few minutes ago, it's now burned nearly 9,000 acres and is 0% contained. Governor Jim Pillen writing on social media that he has been briefed on this fire and has ordered all necessary resources to be available, including the National Guard. He says this terrain is extremely rugged and windy conditions are compounding the challenges. We'll keep you updated on the conditions and how much is burning on our Now Local News app. Now that severe weather around Lincoln, storms expected tonight, but first heavy rain pouring down this morning. You could really see it across Lincoln in preparation for another hot day here. This video taken just outside of our station at South 10th Street. When severe weather does come around, don't hesitate to share how it's touching you. Take a video and share it with us safely on our Now Local News app. But first, let's make sure you're safe. Right now, though, sunny skies and humid temperatures refueling the atmosphere as we take a live look at our Allen Communications camera. We've already got temperatures in the mid-80s out there. Let's get on over to meteorologist Houston on with a full breakdown of what to expect today. Houston, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, for the rest of the afternoon, it's going to look like it is right now. Just some sunshine. It's warm out there, and it's windy, of course, right? It's variable, and some spots are better than others, but you can see whole lots of sunshine out there, but the winds 15 to 20 miles per hour, temperatures in the 80s. We are actually one of the warmer spots across southeast Nebraska. 85 here in Lincoln, 84 down towards Beatrice, 80 in Falls City because there's a little bit of rain and cloud cover down there. Off towards the west, all right, some low to upper 70s, so you can see a nice little temperature gradient there. My goodness, well, where's the moisture at in eastern Nebraska? That's right. Off towards the west, they got dew points in the 20s out towards Scottsbluff right now. So 20s, 30s, 40s, and 60s and 70s. How about that? The heat index, yes, that is out there. We have upper 80s. It feels like since the dew points are in the 70s. There's those winds out of the northwest. Further west you go, out of the south, off towards southeast Nebraska. Sustain about 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts to near 30, 35 miles per hour. And here's a look at satellite and radar. Just a whole lot of sunshine and a little cumulus field developing just north of Omaha. That will not play a factor into much. All right, here's the overnight threat. There's going to be some strong to severe storms as early as about 1:30 to 2:30, and that's going to move through Lincoln and along I-80. Talking Nebraska City and then Omaha as we go into about 2 to 3 a.m. All right, so I'll show you this whole threat coming up main weather.
Okay, Ben, thank you very much, Houston. People in Kearney already picking up the pieces from some strong storms that blew through the area. Kearney police telling people to avoid the area of 39th and Avenue E as city officials clean the streets of storm debris and fix the broken lights. The street department has set up stop signs throughout the area to replace the downed lights until everything is fixed up. Breaking now, a deadly crash in southeast Lincoln overnight. Lincoln police telling us that it happened in this area at the intersection of Eiger Drive and Nebraska Parkway. We're told the crash happening around 11:45 last night. LPD says a motorcyclist died in the two-vehicle accident. LPD says the motorcycle was going west on Nebraska Parkway when it collided with an SUV turning onto Eiger Drive. The investigation is ongoing. And the war in Iran seeing new escalation as tensions build. This morning, an end to the war now seen even further away. President Trump making a new threat to Iranians who they say are now reassessing negotiations. Both sides trading strikes in the last 24 hours. Iranian state media saying U.S. strikes hit their water reservoirs. You can see that here, causing some damage. ABC's Olivia Rubin following all those developments for us.
Today, President Trump with a striking threat to Iran amid stagnant negotiations, saying they will, quote, pay the price for taking, quote, too long to make a deal. The warning coming after new escalations, the two sides trading strikes, the U.S. launching a response after the downing of an American helicopter, hitting air defense, ground control stations, and surveillance radar sites near the Strait of Hormuz. Iran launching missiles back in countries where the U.S. has military bases, Kuwait and Bahrain saying they were intercepted. The new strikes testing the fragile 2-month ceasefire, as an Iranian official now says they'll reassess negotiations with the U.S., saying, quote, The United States is undermining this process through contradictory messages, frequent shifts in its positions and demands, and repeated violations of the ceasefire.
And Iranian state TV reporting that Iran's president today saying that the, quote, neither war nor peace scenario must be resolved. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, New York.
Breaking down, 2 people are behind bars after a more than year-long investigation. The Lancaster County Sheriff's Office making the arrest after months of undercover work into illegal mushroom products being sold at a local smoke shop. It all started in May of last year when a minor purchased and ate a mushroom gummy. Chief Deputy Ben Houchin says these 2 men are now in Lancaster County Jail. Mirza and Khalil Meskin are each facing charges of possession with an intent to deliver. Now, last fall, LSO says undercover deputies bought more than 4 dozen edible products containing illegal substances. That led LSO issuing 7 cease and desist letters to 7 retailers in Lincoln and Lancaster County. LSO says 6 of them stopped selling the products, but Cloud9 Smoke Shop off of 11th Street did not. That's when Mirza and Khalil were arrested earlier this week. Now to that breaking news from overnight. Aurora City Council moving forward with a plan for EMS. Council voting unanimously to negotiate a bid with a private company. This comes after weeks of tense discussion between the community, City Council, and local firefighters union. But ultimately, the mayor saying this is what's best for the town.
I know that you represent the group that is willing to submit yourself to be here tonight, and we're very grateful for your confidence in coming and addressing your council. And so this action will not go blindly. You will see continuous flow of information as it becomes available or can be released.
City leaders approving the deal with EMS Unlimited, a private company based out of Colorado. It could take months, though, to finalize that deal. Meanwhile, the firefighters union in Aurora releasing this statement. They say 11 local heroes losing their jobs with this move. They write, quotes, "This is significant potential to be detrimental to the citizens of Aurora and Hamilton County, not to mention an immediate concern for the livelihood of the employees and their families," end quotes. We'll let you know when a deal does go through on air and on our Now Local News app. Right now, a baseball team is bringing some fruitful opportunities to Lincoln. The Savannah Bananas might have 9 guys out on the field during the game, but they're looking to hire more than 100 new team members, and they're searching for employees right here in Nebraska to help on game day. This style of banana ball is gaining popularity, and they're bringing it to 2 venues here in Lincoln this week. But they need some help making these big games run smoothly. Channel 8's Mackenzie Johnson explains.
We're creating a new experience every time we're in a new city.
A unique type of baseball is all about entertaining the fans.
Let's dance!
From singing and dancing to smashing home runs, Banana Ball is making its way to Lincoln. On Thursday, they'll play in Haymarket Park, and come Saturday, a sold-out Memorial Stadium will host the Savannah Bananas.
Giving it kind of that local flavor and having all those people that are super excited about something new coming to their city and making sure that their city is a part of it always makes it really special.
Every place they travel, they hire locals to work. Those people will man the merchandise tables, help with ticketing, and logistics on game day. Harper Mayfield says it's actually a really easy process if you want to make some money. The applications are already open, and it's not too difficult to fill out. Beyond that, there's not a whole lot you have to do ahead of the game.
When they arrive on site is when we do the training for either our merchandise or ticketing. It's very simple training, which is really nice. There are shifts that start early in the morning and they all go until the end of the game. A bunch of different arrival times for people who have other things going on with their schedules if they want to get there in the morning or middle of the day, or even some starting in the early afternoon. There are lots of different opportunities for people to be involved.
Mayfield says they're looking for another 30 or so workers for the game on Thursday. But for the one at Memorial Stadium, they're hoping for another 100 people willing to work. He tells me everyone gets paid $15 an hour, and it can be a long day, but he says it's also a really fun opportunity.
The event, like you talked about, and that generates a lot of money for the city and the hotels, restaurants, all of those fun things. But also, it creates new work experiences for people and things that they're adding to their resume. We'll always see LinkedIn posts after the game like, "Hey, I worked with Banana Ball."
Reporting in Lincoln, Mackenzie Johnson, Channel 8 News.
Breaking overnight, another thriller in the Stanley Cup final.
Oh, a terrible turnover. Jarvis is stopped by Hart. Oh, my goodness. Now out in front, Stahl. He scores while falling down.
The Hurricanes edging out the Golden Knights to take Game 4 and even the series at 2 games apiece. And now goes back to Carolina for Game 5. That'll be tomorrow night right here on Channel 8 at 7 o'clock. Coming up after the break, more people returning home from quarantine in Omaha. The safety protocols they'll be following as health officials look to contain the spread of the hantavirus. Passengers that were transported to the UNMC last month, only 10 remain until the end of their 42-day quarantine request. The 3 passengers returning to their home city will stay under inspection by local and state health department officials for the next 2 weeks. Just to be on the safe side, officials say it takes up to 42 days for symptoms to appear. Most older adults and caregivers agree that older Americans take better care of themselves than younger generations. And there are more promising clinical studies on pancreatic cancer. Jane King explains in today's Wellness Report.
Shares of Tango Therapeutics surged to a record high this week after the cancer biotech company announced positive initial data from an ongoing study of its treatment for pancreatic cancer. And when that Tango drug was combined with Revolution Medicine's pancreatic cancer treatment, there was a 92% response. Results are promising. More testing will be done. Well, the FDA expanded its list of allowed sunscreen ingredients to include the chemical compound bemotrizonol. It has long been popular in Europe, Australia, some Asian countries. It also marks the first time in more than 20 years the FDA has permitted a new compound onto its sunscreen ingredient list. Bemotrizonol is broad spectrum and it doesn't break down in the sun. It also doesn't leave a chalky residue as well and has lower levels of absorption into the body. And a survey of 1,000 older adults, 65 and older, and 1,000 caregivers of older adults explored what self-care looks like and its importance for older Americans. Now, results found 90% of older adults feel self-care has a positive impact on their day-to-day life. For many, this includes taking walks, watching shows and movies, and meeting up with loved ones. Conducted by Talker Research for Home Instead, an honor company and provider of in-home care for older adults, the survey found that those who regularly practice self-care are happier than those who do so less often. From the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King. Here's your health.
Well, I practice self-care and I am a happy lad, that's for sure. Well, the weather tonight might not be so happy. We're talking some hail and some gusty winds, and then we look to get a break in, cool down a bit. I'll show you that here in a few.
Figuring and prompted at least one high water rescue. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Now, for your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Houston Hall.
Well, it's safe to say we saw our share of severe thunderstorms yesterday. That was all due to this system, which is currently right here. All right, now this has been going on for about the past 2 days. Up towards the Dakotas, Canada even, they've had their extreme severe risk. Now, that's not the same as us here in the U.S., but notice they got a warm front pushing up right here, and that's where you get your strong to severe storms, is really just above that warm front as it pushes in all of that warm air right there. Then you get that cold front. Now this is going to be where your bulk of the severe weather is. When you get these little, we call it the triple point, the low, the warm front, and the cold front. Right now, look at the state of Nebraska. Calm, whole lot of sunshine. The severe weather is going to be out towards the east. Later this afternoon, you can see there's going to be a boundary right about here, scraping far southeast Nebraska as we go into this evening. Now there could be an isolated storm later this evening right about here from about Beatrice off towards our east. But our threat for severe weather will come overnight tonight, starting about 1 a.m., going through about 6 to 7 a.m. We're talking some hail up to golf ball, ping pong ball size hail, and then some gusty winds, maybe even an isolated tornado threat. Let's walk you through it. There's where I think the strongest storms will happen, right there, and the main threat is going to be that hail as these storms will form and develop, as there is going to be a very unstable atmosphere, and this is going to be a very interesting one. The low-level jet will ramp up right here, southeast Nebraska, and those storms will become severe rather quickly. The rest of this afternoon and evening looks dry, and it looks a little on the windy side. That's right. We'll try to calm down on the wind side of things. A little bit of cloud cover out there. Now I am sticking with my regular 6Z run, as I do not like the 12Z runs when it comes to the model runs. So I just checked all the models, and they have the storm tracks right here, okay, 1 to 2 a.m. Still going to have that hail potential start to creep on up from the south. And right about there, 1 to 2 a.m. I would not be surprised. There will start to be some severe thunderstorm warnings. So have ways to get alerts on your phone, and make sure to have plans if you get some hail right over you, as this will be that large hail threat. So that's 1 to 2:30 a.m. Let's go into 3 a.m. where we're going to start to see those storms really intensify from about Grand Island off towards the west, and then a line right here from Lincoln, Omaha, and then Nebraska City. That could be an isolated tornado threat, as models have been hinting the significant parameter for the tornado potential right here. So that's something to watch out for as we go into 3 to 6 a.m. But all of these storms right here, some gusty winds and some large hail. And then that lifts further up towards the north, Omaha out towards Columbus. All those single cells right there, you best believe it. Those could have a little bit of rotation with especially large hail. That's going to be 3 to 4 a.m. Lifts north of Lincoln. I say Lincoln, our best chance for some thunderstorm activity would be about 2 to 4:30 a.m. in the morning time. I'll be here doing cut-ins by 5 to 7 a.m. It all moves towards the east. We could get another round of some showers and thunderstorms. And then by the afternoon and evening, want to go out to that baseball game? That's not going to be too bad. Maybe just on the windy side. There's your Thursday night. All right, how much rain? It's going to be a sharp line from here off towards the east. Under one of those thunderstorms, yeah, expect about 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches, if not more. So minor flooding will also be an impact going through tonight. Look at this, a whole lot of blue skies, a little bit of upper level clouds. Means we got some upper level moisture. 82, 82, 83, upper 70s out there. We're at 85, Beatrice, Hebron, and Lincoln. We're the warmest spots in the state right now. Dew points in the upper 60s, lower 70s, so it feels like the upper 80s. No lower 90s just yet, so it's going to be a hot one. On the windy side, too, you can see 15, 25, and then out there, a little bit calmer. That's where your little boundary is. About 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts. For the rest of today, in the lower 90s, as always, winds will have their times, that's for sure. And then precipitation chances, nothing through tonight until 1 to about 7 a.m. There's the look at the 7-day forecast. We go cool down, warm up, cool down, and then next week we warm up quieter.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much, Houston. Coming up, puppy problems in Beatrice, while the animal shelter is now asking for critical help for taking in new pups. Stay with us. Right now, one local animal shelter hitting a rough spot. The Beatrice Humane Society recently taken in 7 puppies from a shelter in Oklahoma, but an unexpected problem has left staff scrambling to keep them fed. Channel 8's Emma Norwood spoke with the shelter about how they are coping.
Here at the Beatrice Humane Society, these 7 puppies may be small, but caring for them is a big task. So when the shelter noticed that their formula was no longer safe to use, they knew they'd have to find alternatives, and they began asking for a little help. 7 new mouths to feed, but with one big problem.
We actually had to throw away our entire 18-pound bag of formula that these guys were planning on consuming.
These puppies rescued from a rural shelter, traveling all the way from Oklahoma to the Beatrice Humane Society. But shortly after their arrival, Beatrice officials finding their regular formula they'd used to keep the puppies fed had been recalled due to too high traces of vitamin D.
We had to go right over to our trash supplier at our Walmart and buy out what they had as far as formula. And that's a pretty big expense for us as an organization when buying in bulk, we're able to decrease those costs.
This 18-pound bag of formula usually saves the shelter money and feeds the puppies for almost a week. But now, due to the recall, they're having to buy these 10-ounce cans of formula, and that doesn't cover nearly as many meals.
When purchased at like Tractor Supply or Walmart or any of the grocery stores that carry it is incredibly expensive. About $30 for a canister that will last me less than a day with 7 puppies. $25 to $30 per day for feeding is excessive.
The company is remaking the formula and is giving Beatrice Humane Society a full refund. Still, the shelter asking for a little help from the community to keep their bellies full.
We did our post today kind of just saying, hey, when you're at the grocery store and you see one of these things on sale, pick them up and toss them in the cart. Bring it out to us a couple weeks later. It doesn't matter to us. These are things that we will always need. When we have our community supporting us, making sure that they know the little ways that they can help and, keep us moving forward is really important to us.
FIDE says these puppies should be off of formula in just a few weeks. But for now, they have a wish list linked in this article on our website, KOKNTV.com. Reporting here in Beatrice, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
Still had this midday new ingredient in the mix in the addition to sunscreens in the U.S. and when you can expect to start seeing the new products on the shelves.
Channel 8 News Midday.
Welcome back, everyone. If you're just joining us, we are keeping an eye on severe weather headed our way. Right now, sunny skies and humid temperatures refueling the atmosphere as we take a live look outside at our ABC Seamless camera here. Temperatures already in the mid-80s. It feels like it's already close to 90 degrees this morning. Let's get to meteorologist Houston now with a full breakdown of what we can expect. These storms kind of headed our way later on this evening, Houston.
That is correct. I'm going to say right now, overnight tonight, if you have ways to receive alerts, make sure to do that, as we will have a little bit of a hail and wind threat going into about 3 a.m. into about 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then we look to get a break, and it looks to be quite pleasant for Thursday evening and especially Friday. Right now, okay, it looks quite pleasant down in Beatrice. We're at 85 in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Hebron, the warmest temperatures currently in the state of Nebraska. Congratulations to us. 83 in McCook, out towards the west, some low to mid upper 70s. Now here's something to look at. 48 for a dew point in Broken Bow. Grand Island at that 63 for a dew point. So there's a cold front right there, which is taking away all the moisture out towards the west. And we got dew points. Look at that, all that purple in Iowa, 70s. And the heat index, it feels like the upper 80s, soon to be lower 90s, that's for sure. The winds are trying to help us out here. You can see where that cold front is. The winds are a little bit lighter, and they're out of the northwest, about 15 to 20. Meanwhile, we got a southeast wind. So once that continues, we should see a lull in the winds. You can see a big old area right there. Gust up to 25, 35 miles per hour. There's that cold front. And then let's take a look at those storm chances going into tonight. So this evening, you got any plans? Looks just fine. That's going to be about 1:30 to 2:30. Storms will start to move on into Lincoln and then move up towards the north, carrying a hail and wind threat. And I'll go more in depth Maine weather.
Developing now, your sunscreen may soon start containing a new ingredient. It's a substance that's already available in other countries, and now it will soon be available here to make your visit to the beach safer. ABC's Hannah Patah explains.
For the first time in more than 20 years, the FDA has approved a new ingredient for sunscreen. It's called bemotrizonal, a chemical compound that breaks down less easily in the sun than other ingredients to provide protection against both ultraviolet A and B rays.
This ingredient particularly addresses something that was sort of missing, which is long-term stable protection against the longer wavelengths of UV light, and that's UVA radiation.
It's been widely used in Europe and Asia for decades. Now manufacturers will have the green light to use it in over-the-counter sunscreens here in the U.S.
In the United States, sunscreens are actually considered an over-the-counter drug, versus in other parts of the world, like Europe, they're considered a cosmetic or skincare. The FDA doesn't regulate the skincare industry or cosmetic industry, but because sunscreens are classified as an over-the-counter drug, they're put through a much more stringent testing and approval process.
Other benefits of this new ingredient? It rubs in cleanly without the chalky white cast of mineral sunscreens and has low levels of absorption into the body for added safety.
The nice thing about this sunscreen filter is that the molecule is too large to absorb through the skin, so we don't have to worry as much about absorption.
The downside, sunscreens with bemotrizonal are not expected to be available in the U.S. until after summer, toward the end of the year. Hannah Patah, ABC News, New York.
New developments now, a Texas jury reaching a verdict in a high-profile track meet stabbing case.
We gotta fight for it. We gotta tell our kids the truth.
Yeah, a wide range of emotions seen outside the Lone Star State Courthouse. A jury finding 19-year-old Carmelo Anthony guilty of murder in the death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. Prosecutors argue the stabbing during a high school track meet was unjustified, while the defense maintained Anthony acted in self-defense. The deadly confrontation stemming from an argument under a team tent during that track meet in Texas.
It's just a hard situation, man, for anybody to be in. You know, at the end of the day, nobody wins. You know, it's a loss on both sides. You know, for the Austin family and for the Carmelo family.
Anthony got 35 years in prison. He could have received a maximum life sentence. Right now, the Nebraska Department of Education is working to curb a teacher shortage problem in our state. They're finding ways to attract and keep more educators in the classroom, and that includes offering large grants to those joining the profession. Right now, the department opening up applications for their Teach in Nebraska Today program. Now, the goal is to provide grants of up to $5,000 a year for teachers to fund activities and spending related to their classroom work. It also offers tuition reimbursement for educators. If you're looking to apply, you must have a teacher in Nebraska for 5 years or less, earning less than $55,000 a year, and you have until July 10th to submit your application. Only on 8's, lending a helping hand through tools. With the warmer weather now here, a lot of you working in the garden or in home repairs, there's a group who is lending out tools for free. Channel 8's Danielle Da Silva has a story.
From screwdrivers to drills to power saws, the basement of the First Plymouth Church in Lincoln has rows of tools neatly laid out for the taking, thanks to the generous collaboration of neighbors and NeighborWorks. Brent Lukey is a community builder with NeighborWorks, usually working to bring affordable housing opportunities to Lincoln. He's now helping bring the community together through the tool library.
Life's a lot easier when you know your neighbors, and it's even easier when you share things with your neighbors instead of having to go out and buy all your own tools individually.
Lukey founded it alongside local teacher Emily Trownick, and it's located in the Nair South neighborhood. But all are welcome to check out one of the over 250 donated tools. They've had 57 checkouts since their launch in March.
One of the volunteers at the desks will check you out. You get it for a week or 2 weeks if you ask, and you can renew it for up to a month, whether it's a hedge trimmer or a size of screwdriver that you need. It's free for everyone that lives in Lincoln.
Run by volunteers like retired contractor Roger Reynolds, they are open 4 days a week. Reynolds says it's exciting to hear about how the tools are making a real difference in the lives of many Lincolnites.
A lot of times they're either first-time home buyers or they've moved into the neighborhood and they're in an apartment. They don't have room to store all these tools, and so they can come in and check out what they need, and we get to hear stories about their starting gardens or trying to get their lawn going.
Tynan Stewart came in for the electric lawnmower.
It's a very valuable community resource. I think it's amazing that you can just pop in here with no strings attached and get these amazing tools for free, just like you're checking out books from the library.
Oh, and they have actual books too.
If you're really, jonesing to do a project in your house or on your yard, we also do have some DIY guidebooks and things in the collection as well.
Lukey says nonprofits have also used their service, like Indigenous Foodways, using their electric rototiller to till soil in their gardens. Danielle Da Silva for Channel 8 News.
Still ahead, a bowed outlook for our economy. What a new report out today is revealing and how Wall Street is reacting to the news. Breaking now, the U.S. economy getting a big blow with the latest inflation report. The May report showing that inflation is at the highest level in 3 years. Experts are saying it's because the war in Iran is pushing up prices. Wall Street reacting negatively as well this morning. The Dow Jones down over 500 points right now. Here's ABC's Elizabeth Schulze with that report and what it means for our economy.
This is the worst inflation report in more than 3 years. Prices were up 4.2% in May compared to a year ago. We have not seen inflation above 4% since May of 2023. And at the start of this year, the inflation rate was closer to 2%. So what this reflects is just how much the energy price shock from the Iran war is causing prices to go up across the economy. We have seen oil and gas prices come down in the last few weeks, but a new estimate from Moody's Analytics shows that the typical household has now paid $510 extra in fuel expenses. So that includes gas, diesel, and jet fuel since the war began. Higher transportation costs are also contributing to rising grocery prices. Some of the biggest price hikes we've seen are for fresh fruits and vegetables like tomatoes up 46%, iceberg lettuce up 37% in the past year. Eggs are down quite a bit. But this inflation story is not just about oil. Other costs like medical care, childcare, electricity bills are also up over the past year. It's all adding to years of stubbornly high prices. In Columbus, Ohio, Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News.
Now, for your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Houston Hall.
All right, so we've had some decent severe weather the past few days. Meanwhile, we're pretty much calm. It's just a summer day in Nebraska. We got a cold front out there, and the dew points out towards the west, 20s, 30s, and 40s. But notice, we got a little bit of cumulus clouds here. Let's zoom out here. All right, so what's making all of this severe weather? Well, you can see we've got a low pressure system up here. That's going to be called the triple point. All right, that's going to be warm air rising ahead of this cold front. And then the severe weather is going to be right here into parts of Minneapolis, Minnesota, Chicago. Let's take a look at that. There's the severe weather for today. All the way down towards Kansas City, up here towards Minnesota, Green Bay. Now this, all right, yes, we are in a risk. This is going to be the overnight threat tonight. Storms will most likely form where this enhanced risk is right here. Southeast Nebraska, maybe an isolated storm later this evening. But that's really going to be the overnight threat for us here in Nebraska. Check out Thursday. Same thing. That system is going to be a slow mover, bring some severe weather off towards our east into parts of Minnesota, Chicago, out to the Great Lakes area. And as it moves towards the east, we'll be almost done with the severe weather, that is for sure. So this is Wednesday night, late into Thursday morning. This is what the severe weather is. Some hail up to golf ball to ping pong ball size hail, and some wind gusts 60 to 65 plus miles per hour. And that's going to be from a line from about Columbus down towards the Tri-Cities off towards the east. And then here's what the strongest storms look to be, all right? They're going to be along I-80 and north of I-80 as we go into about 3 to 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Have ways to receive alerts. The rest of this afternoon and evening, not much happening. Now there's that boundary right down there. All right, now that could spark a shower storm right about, I would say, just east of Omaha down towards the South Beatrice. If they're lucky, they might see a pop-up cumulus cloud, which could have a thunderstorm later this evening. But the severe weather will push in later tonight. So we're talking about 1 to 2 a.m. We'll start to see some strong storms develop, and that's going to have a little bit of thunder, some lightning, especially on the hail side, and some gusty wind sides. The winds might even get upgraded, and also the hail might get upgraded. But Lincoln, I would say, expect some noise around 2 to 3 a.m. Thunderstorms will be moving on through. They're going to move up towards the north. Watching this storm near Nebraska City, as there could be a little bit of a tornado potential about here down towards the southeast from about 3 to 4 a.m. Even up here just north of Omaha. We've got to track these storms stretching all the way just north of Grand Island. Those will all move towards the northeast. You can see those single cell clusters, large hail, winds, maybe an isolated tornado threat. And yes, this is early in the morning for a severe weather threat indeed. The low-level jet is going to be kicking here in southeast Nebraska, and so that is exactly what will be fueling these storms tomorrow morning. Hey, by the afternoon and evening, great time to get out and enjoy for that baseball game if you're headed to it. Rain looks to stay off in eastern Nebraska, looking at 1/10 of an inch to probably maybe over 1.5 inches to 2 inches. Okay, the flag is blowing. That's nice. All right, 85 degrees, dew point of 69. All right, so that's a little muggy out there. A little bit of cloud cover right out there. You can kind of see it's along that boundary, southeast Nebraska. Upper 70s, some lower 80s. Now down here towards the south, We're looking at the low to mid 80s, 86 in Beatrice. They beat us. All right, we're at 85 right now in Lincoln. And then dew points, look at this, 70 to 73, 71. It's humid out there, so it feels like the upper 80s, and then it feels like 90 down in Hebron. So expect that to continue. The winds, notice, strong here, better out here towards the west. We will have our times with our winds here in the next hour and a half or so. We'll get into those lower 90s, if not the middle 90s, and then the winds will fluctuate and slowly die down. Notice precipitation, nothing through 11 p.m. Overnight threat. Keep that in mind. All right, Friday looks just beautiful. Winds on the calm side, lots of sunshine. Saturday, Sunday, southeast Nebraska, some showers and thunderstorms. By next week, we warm right back up.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much, Houston. Here coming up, we got another furry friend up for adoption right now at the Capital Humane Society. She's right here. Final check of the forecast, or excuse me, our live interview is coming up next. Not a final check. Welcome back, everyone. We love having the Capital Humane Society here. And Matt, who do I have? Who's this cute little kid we got here today?
Yeah, so today we have Lisa. So Lisa's about 8 weeks old. She's a domestic short hair spayed female. And so she came in about a month ago. And when she came in, obviously she was only about 4 weeks old. So very little, very tiny. And she had a very bad upper respiratory infection. And also her eyes were matted shut. And so she needed to undergo some intense medical treatment and get that resolved. And as you can see now, she's able to see clearly through her eyes and has recovered nicely and put on some weight. And so now she is finally ready to find her new home. And she is very affectionate, as you're finding out here, and purring away and loves to be pet and held, and doesn't like to be in the carrier, though. She's quite a bit of a talker when
none of us like to be in a carrier.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame her, you know. She doesn't like when the doors close. She likes a little freedom, but she'll definitely be a kitten that's going to want to spend a lot of time with you, want to be on your lap, by your side. She likes to climb up on your shoulder. You know, if you got a beard like me, she likes to rub up against that. So just a very sweet and affectionate kitten. And so she's been spayed.
Likes to eat.
She likes microphones apparently. So you know, maybe invest in a fake toy microphone for her to play with. But she's been spayed. She's been microchipped. She's got those initial vaccinations taken care of. But she'll need her booster vaccines as she continues to get a little bit older, and she'll be ready for adoption once we're done here.
It's kind of crazy at the Humane Society right now, isn't it?
Yeah, so right now the shelter, you know, we talked about it last week with the number of adult cats and kittens that we have. We've actually seen even more coming in, and also we're seeing a lot of dogs coming to the shelter right now. Between both shelters and foster care, we have over 440 pets in our care right now, and so really right now what we need is we need foster parents to help take care of especially the young kittens that aren't ready for adoption, but also we need adopters to, you know, find these pets homes. And so lots of great adult cats and kittens up for adoption right now, dogs of all different personalities and breeds and ages. And so if you've been thinking about adopting, maybe you got your initial summer trip out of the way and going to be spending a little more time at home, now might be a great time to come in and see if there's a good fit for you. But yeah, definitely a lot of pets that need to either go into foster care or find their permanent homes.
Is that normal for this time of the year?
Yeah, I mean, kitten season was a little later than usual this year. Usually we kind of start to see that uptick in late April and May, and we were about a month behind normal. And so really the last 3 or 4 weeks we've really seen an uptick, but you know, seeing the summer uptick is normal each and every year. June and July are our highest intake months, and so it doesn't take long for the shelter to fill up very, very fast.
Alrighty, sounds good. Well, Miss Lisa is available for adoption right now. I think she just nibbled a little bit on my hand, but that's okay. We'll take it. She's up for adoption right now at the Capitol Main Site, along with hundreds of others animals. So please stop on by. There she is. Oh, I'll put her down. Nope, there she is. All right, we'll be right back, everyone. Please stay with us.
Meet Lincoln's
Tonight, a big one in the NBA. Game 4 in the NBA Finals will tip off at Madison Square Garden with tight security and tight play expected. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley with a preview.
Alley-oop to Wembanyama.
This morning, Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs are looking to defy the odds and leave the mecca of basketball with another win over the New York Knicks.
We're as fired up as it gets. Right now is the finals. We were really locked in, really focused.
Another long three-pointer, lines it up and knocks it down.
The 22-year-old superstar playing a physical Game 3, leading his squad with 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists.
And the Spurs win. What a response from San Antonio.
Who's the first person you call?
Like literally 30 seconds ago, I hung up with my grandma. But
what did she say?
She said sometimes we're so elegant on the court, we make it look easy. And I told her, I assure her it's not easy.
Even competitors recognizing 7'4" Wemby as a unique and versatile player. Describe what it's like going against Wemby.
He's tall.
Is it even surprising to see how tall he is?
Yeah, I'm not used to looking up at somebody, so that's definitely something new. But he's very talented. He's a generational player. You haven't seen size and talent at that combo like that ever in the NBA.
The Spurs are down 2-1 with a chance tonight to even the series. No small feat for the second youngest team to ever reach the finals.
Everybody said that we weren't going to be in this position, so whatever they got to say, it is what it is. But we'll just put a little battery in our back, and whatever else they got to say, it just keeps fueling us.
The NBA Finals are intense, but the players also need downtime. Wemby spotted in New York's Gramercy Park this week, drawing sketches.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's very important to disconnect. And again, it's so easy to forget to do that, especially in the playoffs.
But back on the court, the home team Knicks consider Game 4 a must-win.
We do need to go out with a level of physicality, not sending them to the free throw line while starting the game off better.
We got to win. As simple as that.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
It'll be Knicks and Spurs tonight on ABC. The Knicks hanging on to a 2-1 series lead, but the Spurs having all the momentum after Game 3 win. Tip-off set for 7:30 right here on Channel 8. We'll be right back, everyone. Please stay with us.
To every
Hours here for you.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I think I don't know if I'll be able to sleep tonight, but you know, I'll keep you up to date, and I'll be here early, and I'll be doing cut-ins overnight tonight. Once those storms start to roll in, might get a little loud as we go into 2 to 3 a.m. Now notice the temperatures. What in the world? That's right. As we go into this evening, we're gonna have a little cold front move through, and now depending on when that cold front moves on through, you can see the dew points will take a dive to the 50s. No precipitation chances until after 11 p.m. and that's going to be your hail and wind threat. Cooler tomorrow after the storms.
All right, thank you very much, Houston. And make sure you stay weather aware tonight. GMA 3 is coming up next. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.